This Singaporean boxer punched his way to victory, at one point even holding 11 straight wins, and is the first Singaporean to hold a world title in professional boxing. Meet local legend Muhamad Ridhwan. Whilst working as a cook when he was 16 years old, Ridhwan was first introduced to boxing by his colleagues, as his workplace had a television that always played classic boxing matches, and it was all they talked about. He quickly became interested in boxing and enrolled in Singaporean Olympian boxer Syed Kadir's gym. But after some time, Ridhwan started to grow bored of the constant drills and basic training. And on the day he was considering hanging up his boxing gloves, his coach presented him the opportunity to fight in an upcoming tournament. Quickly agreeing to the fight, Ridhwan was eager to finally put his training to use and step into the ring filled with confidence. However, as he was still working at the kitchen full-time and only had time to train once or twice a week, he was swiftly humbled when he lost in the first round. But instead of taking the loss to heart, it fueled the fighting spirit in him, and he took his training more seriously. Following that, then 23-year-old Ridhwan brought home a bronze medal at the 2011 SEA Games, a feat that he was able to replicate at the 2013 and 2015 SEA Games. He then transitioned to being a full-time professional boxer in 2016, giving himself the nickname the Chosen Wan. And between 2016 to 2018, Ridhwan racked up 11 straight wins, which includes clinching the WBA Asia Featherweight Championship, the IBO International Super Featherweight Championship, and the UBO World Super Featherweight title. Adding up to that, Ridhwan had also earned the right to challenge for the IBO Super Bantamweight World title. Unfortunately, he lost in a close split decision, marking his first loss in 12 matches. Losing the title match wasn't the only setback he faced, as he quickly found out that his former trainer decided to return to the ring, while his former manager swapped sides to stand with his opponent. Since then, the Chosen One went on to fight 5 more professional bouts, with his last match being in 2019. So the question is, where is he now? We heard that he had opened up his own gym, so we decided to drop by for some boxing tips.
Bro.
The Chosen One.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah. Come, I show you.
Whoa, powerful, huh?
Of course.
No wonder you win the world title. Do you mind if we have a chat?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Coincidentally, we bumped into Ridhwan and got him for an exclusive interview to find out what he's doing these days.
So, hello, Ridhwan.
Hey man.
Or should I say the Chosen One? Actually, how you came up with this nickname?
So my first promoter at that point of time asked me what's my ring entrance, the music. So I said it was Kung Fu Fighting.
Oh.
So he chose the name The Chosen One.
You were working at a kitchen before, right?
Yeah.
And then you were drawn into the sport by watching the TV. Can I ask, what was it about boxing that drew you into the sport?
My colleagues are all like uncles and those big brother who's like above 40 years old. It felt like they have been doing it before for the longest time, but they actually haven't. But they managed to psycho me to like it so much.
Right.
So one night I went to Mustafa Center and bought like all the Rocky VCDs, and then that's what made me want to try.
But it was said that at one point you grew bored and you actually considered hanging up the gloves, correct? At that point. So looking back, would you have regretted if you did?
I mean, watching the VCDs, watching like all those interviews, right? I expected boxing to be that entertaining. Like, you know, Rocky when he ran, a lot of people running behind, it was so exciting. Then when I was training, I was just doing running, jabs and cross. I wasn't even hitting the bag. So it was a very mundane routine. So I got bored of it.
Right. You wanted the excitement,
Yeah,
you know?
I just wanted to fight. I didn't want to train, I just wanted to fight.
In your first tournament, you actually came out on the losing end. But you mentioned that loss actually ignited a fire in you. I mean, since we're on this topic, can you just share what you were going through?
I went to the fight believing I could win, but then my coach threw in a towel to say that, you know, I've had enough. And then I decided to change to part-time job, so I have more time in training.
Because apparently you were working full-time and you didn't have much time to train like seriously, right? But I wanted to ask, was there any other point in your career that you actually considered hanging up your gloves too early?
When I was competing in the amateur scene, my goal was to always win the SEA Games gold medal. The first one I didn't get any medal, then the following ones I got bronze. Then it came to the Singapore SEA Games in 2015. This has to be the gold medal or I'm just gonna be done. Then I go into the semi-finals. Again, I lost. Then I got the bronze medal. I think my love for the sport sort of died.
Then how did you come back from after that?
So I took the opportunity to do a coaching course in Hungary. So one of the coaches I realized was this amateur boxer who I used to see compete during my time. So I was wondering why is he here doing the course, because he's young. I think he's younger than me. When I was talking to him, he said that he was involved in a drive-by shooting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that he got injured, then he couldn't clench his fist anymore. He would give up anything to box again, but then I just wanted to stop just because I lost. It made me realize that, you know what, maybe I should try again, but not in amateur boxing, but to try in the professional ranks.
So thank goodness you didn't hang out your gloves, because you went on to have such a successful career. Take us through when you started pro.
When I wanted to go pro, I was advised by my coach to actually stay in Philippines. So I was staying in all those, in a camp where these young boxers are looking forward to make a name for themselves in the international scene. I get to spar at a high level, train at a high level, and I get to experience the poverty because they are not rich. So they have to fight to earn money. So they even have difficulties to even buy bread, but they are already like some champions somewhere. And I got an opportunity to make my pro debut in Philippines.
Obviously you won your first pro fight, right? And then between 2016 to 2017, you went on a streak, eventually winning all those championships and titles. Do you consider that to be the peak of your career?
I was getting the right experience, the right opponents, the right exposure to different training camps, because I got to go to Vegas. I got to train in Philippines. That was one of my best performances.
But I mean, wow, like 11 straight wins. What was that mentality like? Was there added pressure going from one fight to the next?
The pressure wasn't about losing my undefeated record. The pressure was to put on good fights, because Singapore boxing was on the rise, right? So I need the victories to, continue to bring the Singapore name up. I always believe like if you fight for something more than just for yourself, right, you can always go further.
Wow, very impactful words.
Yeah.
But speaking of winning in the ring, eventually you lost your undefeated record when you lost the IBO Super Bantamweight World title fight, and what's more, to a close split decision, right? So what was it like losing that fight?
I guess what's painful at the point of time, because I think people were coming to the fights. Most of them were going there for the first time to see me fight, because their friends are saying, oh, Ridhwan is quite good, Ridhwan is quite good. And then they came there for the first time and they see me lose. But then I guess they could see me give my all for the 12 rounds. And for that day, for that fight, there's nothing more that I could have done. So I just have to accept it.
I want to ask, what do you consider the lowest point of your career?
The lowest point was actually nothing to do with boxing, about the promoter running away. And when I lost, at that point of time, my coach left me. There was some disagreements about, unfortunately, money, and the opportunities got lesser and lesser. That's the nature of the sport. Well, I was one day fighting in indoor stadium, Marina Bay Sands. One day I just realized I'm fighting in a normal place again.
There was a point when you decided this was my last fight? Like, could you run us through what happened?
Not really. I didn't really say that I'm going to retire from pro fighting. It just happened. I got offered like more responsibilities in coaching, so I took on that.
So you have not officially retired from pro boxing?
Yeah, but I won't officially come back.
Okay, why not?
I guess important thing about boxing is you need to have the hunger. Like, I will always have the hunger to fight, but I don't have the hunger to train.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so what is the Chosen Wan currently doing, and what's next for you?
No comeback, but I think I am busy now with coaching. So I'm coaching the national team. I'm also coaching the women's team. Obviously, I'm running my Legends Fight Sport Gym. I'm working with another local pro boxer to start to run events where we give opportunities for more amateur boxing events, and also for the local pro fighters to have more an extra platform and avenue to fight and get their ranks up.
So you're bringing up the local scene as well?
Yeah, that's what we are trying to do.
So what do you think about the local boxing scene? Is it thriving? Is it growing?
To be honest, the boxing scene is growing. We have a lot of potential, and I am sure we are not short of talent. We just need to get the right people in to manage the team, and also the right boxers to represent the country.
What do you think is lacking in our culture?
In general, I think it's greed. When you are fighting against other countries where they need to fight to put food on the table, the stakes are different. So they might not be as good as us, but their hunger to win is that what makes them dangerous and different.
On that note, could you just look in this camera and give your word of advice?
Do the boring stuff with enthusiasm, because it's gonna matter. You gotta love what you do, because as you go through your combat fighting career, there will be many reasons for you to quit. But if you love what you do, it will be easier for you to, choose to stay the path. You have to love what you do.
And so, this is the legend of Muhamad Ridhwan, aka the Chosen Wan. Arguably Singapore's most decorated boxer, where he has shattered expectations and set the bar for those who dare step in the ring. Let us know your thoughts and who you would like to see featured next in our local legends. Where are they now?